The Three Amigos, considered by many to be rock's greatest supergroup. Within the short span of 3 years, this charismatic trio, recently expanding to a quintet, has exploded out of the Chicago music scene, gaining worldwide attention, admiration, and obsequious praise from both their rabid fan base and even the most finicky of music critics. But what really lies at the heart of their gargantuan popularity? Where did they come from? What is their true motivation? Should we be concerned? Today we take a deep look into the origins of the Three Amigos and discover a plot more sinister than anyone could have possibly imagined.
I'll do it after 3.
1, 2, 3.
In order to fully understand the Three Amigos, one must first look at each of them individually.
I'll do all the talking.
Okay, we're rolling.
Daniel Boone, Hot Carl Peters, the Great S. Esquire. Considered to be the architect of the Three Amigos, he is the man who brought them together. Born in the bayous of Iceland in the late 1890s, Dan is the oldest member of the group, and yet his youthful looks have garnered much attention. Soft, supple skin, full, moist lips, muscular, rounded, sexual features, come-hither eyes, firm buttocks, and such stunningly vibrant golden locks that even Fabio himself withers in jealousy and envy. Despite his great fortune in the gene pool, there are many hints of a dark personality at work. Lifelong friends who wish to remain unnamed tell us the story of a toddler-aged Dan tearing a man in half with inhuman brute strength, and all the while laughing and grinning as if he had just received a new toy. And that brings us to the youngest member of the group and resident heartthrob, Pino Giuseppe Giovanni Don Corleone Abbondanza Farina VIII Jr. Born in the frozen tundra of Sicily in 1922, his family moved to the U.S. soon after. Pino's dark ambitions led him to be the most feared bootlegger in all of the Prohibition years. He was known as Bathtub Jim, and Al Capone himself was rumored to be scared of him. Witnesses talk of a private meeting between the two gangsters. Al Capone was seen leaving the room, reportedly with urine-stained pants and, quote, crying like a little baby bitch. All of this the more remarkable in that young Pino was only 4 years old. Adding to the myth and mystery, from the years 1940 through 2020, there is no record of Pino's existence anywhere. What dark path could he have been on? Rumors persist that he is, in fact, the Zodiac Killer. Richard Ricardo Montalban Babyface Sawyer the Hun rounds out the original trio. Known for his glorious beard and warm bedroom eyes, Rich brings an earthy sensuality to the group. But what his fans don't know is his decades-long career as the world's most lethal assassin. Though whispered rumors persist, very little is known, and those willing to talk or learn the truth have mysteriously perished in freak accidents. In fact, while making this very documentary, one of our top investigative reporters simply vanished without a trace. And the only clue was left on his desk, this guitar pick. And that brings us to the fourth and fifth Amigos. Janis Tits McGee Wallin on bass, and on drums, Francis Michael Hunt Check. Both known for their amazing musicianship, they are a perfect fit to the five Amigos. But very little is known of these two. In fact, we found no records at all of their lives. When asked, representatives for the band told us they were simply members of the family. But what family were they talking about? In addition to all of this, any attempt to speak to any of the band members directly was met with unfriendly aggression.
Oh, hey, Mr. Peters. Mr. Peters, can I ask you a question?
I told you no questions. Turn it up! Turn it up!
Mr. Farina! Mr. Farina, could I ask you a question, sir?
You know what the fuck I told you to get that thing out of my face? Mr. Sawyer, can we have a word, please?
How the fuck did you get in here? Tell me to get him the fuck out of here. I gotta start locking that door. Jesus.
Ultimately, we ask, is it possible to truly separate the art from the artist? At what cost is it to have this type of extreme talent and stage presence? Many people often ponder, is it possible that they bathe in the blood of 1,000 virgins? Or have they sold their souls to the devil? Regardless, there's one thing for certain. The 5 Amigos are here to stay.